of the United States, accompanied by the Vice President of the United States and Dwayne Portis Jr.
Hello. My name is Dwayne Portis Jr. I'm a high school senior from the South Side of Chicago. I play basketball and volleyball, the percussion and band, and try my hand in screenwriting and theater while keeping up my straight A's with a 4.5 GPA. 2 weeks ago, my classmates were invited to a screening of the movie Till here at the White House. Emmett Till was about my age when he left Chicago to visit his family in Mississippi. We all know the story of how he never came back, but how he never left our nation's conscience. I wasn't able to attend the screening, but my friends told me how cool it was to see President Biden, what it means to be in a place where you feel seen in the history of our country. I thought I missed my chance for good until the White House asked that I join you all today. And it is truly amazing to be here, especially with my mom. She instilled in me the values of hard work, faith, and service. As a family, we volunteer at food pantries and clothing drives. Seeing how mental illness impacts my peers, I've organized events to raise awareness and advocate for additional services. I also mentor middle students and collaborate with nonprofits in the Chicagoland area to safeguard our environment. For me, Black history isn't just about the past. It's about what we all do in big and small ways to build the future we all want for our communities and our country. That's why it's incredible to be with two people who are making that future possible. President Biden, thank you for welcoming me and my mom and all my friends to the White House. It's an experience that will change all of our lives. And hopefully I'll be able to see more of you in Washington. I'm currently applying to colleges and I want to go to a HBCU. But my top choice is Howard University. So it's an extra honor to introduce one of its greatest alumni. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vice President of the United States of America, Mrs. Kamala Harris.
I think he's gonna get in. Oh, you make us so proud. You make us so proud. You'll get in, and you're gonna be a wonderful bison, a wonderful bison. Well, thank you, Dwayne, for that introduction. And your life of service, you have already chosen to live a life of service and leadership. You know, I think that we all know, and part of our tradition, our responsibility is to remind our young people that you are born a leader. Yes. And it's just a matter of when you decide to turn that on. And you decided at an early age, and your country and we all benefit from that work. So thank you. So to everyone here, all of Dwayne's friends, our president, Joe Biden, members of our cabinet who are here, members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and to everyone here, and in particular our young leaders, thank you all for your leadership and for us all being together this afternoon. So during Black History Month, we celebrate all of those who through courage and conviction, through resistance and resilience, from bold discoveries and cutting-edge research to arts and music and a myriad of other disciplines, advanced freedom, liberty, and opportunity for the benefit of all Americans. We celebrate legends whose words and their work inspire millions and millions, not only in our country, but around the world. And we celebrate the others whose names are less well known, from those who led the fight for abolition, to factory workers and Pullman porters who built the middle class, from Tuskegee Airmen who took on both fascism and racism, to freedom fighters and freedom riders and marchers who stood tall and sat in, from astronauts who blazed a trail to the stars and ignited our imagination, to those who continue to make impact as faith leaders and activists, teachers, and small business owners. All of the hardworking people who inspire our children to dream with ambition and aspiration, to determine their own future, and to live up to their God-given potential. It is those stories that remind us that Black history is American history. Living history, breathing history, history that we create every day, and history that we then must teach and celebrate. A history that helps us to understand how the past has influenced the present and potentially our future. And let us all be clear, we will not as a nation build a better future for America by trying to erase America's past. This month and all year round, we must recognize the full arc of our nation's history. And as I've said many times before, I do believe history to be a relay race of sorts. We have each been passed the baton, and then we run our part the best way we can, and then we pass the baton to the next generation. So during Black History Month, we celebrate the heroes of the past, as well as those who currently carry the baton. The innovators and barrier breakers across our country and in this room, those who inspire our nation through their work and their example. And as we work then to carry that baton further, let us continue to make progress in many ways that we do, understanding the interconnection between all of our work and our collective work in the fight for justice. When we replace, for example, every lead pipe in our nation and put more electric buses on the road, we not only fight the climate crisis, we invest in infrastructure and all of those babies who should not have to drink toxic water. We fight the crisis of maternal mortality and other health inequities, understanding it is about elevating our response to a public health crisis, and it is also about addressing systemic inequities that led to those outcomes in the first place. When we make sure all entrepreneurs can access the capital they need to start and grow a business, we know it is about creating economic growth and opportunity, and also dealing with a history where far too many were excluded from the opportunity to be on that path of gaining economic wealth. When we help Americans afford to buy a home, we build intergenerational wealth and address the legacies of disparities. In the relay race of history, the baton is in our hands, and we have a president of the United States who is so deeply committed, and I see this every day, who is so deeply committed to pass on a better and more just America. So please join me in welcoming the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Well, thank you for that introduction. I want to thank Doug and Kamala. You know, Jill, my wife, I'm her husband. You all think I'm kidding. Jill wanted to be here. She just got back from her trip to Kenya and Namibia. And it was a very substantive trip, powerful trip as a follow-up to the African Leaders Summit. We hosted here in December to deepen the relationship between America and countries across that continent. She met with the presidents and first ladies of both countries. She spoke to more than 1,000 young people, the first generation born out of apartheid in Namibia, and empowered them as keepers of democracy. In Kenya, she met families affected by devastating drought and food insecurity and made worse by Putin's brutal assault on Ukraine. And it made it clear that America's commitment to Africa is real, and Jill showing up, just being there, is testament to that commitment. It was the trip she'll always remember, and while she couldn't be here, we're honored to welcome your house, Black History Month. A special thanks to members of the most diverse administration in history who are here. The most diverse administration, right, Jim? Jim Carver. I tell you what, man. Father, I wouldn't be standing without Jim. Thanks to the members of Congress who are here. Starting with the first Black party leader in Congress in our nation's history, Hakeem Jeffries. He's here in spite of the fact when he ran the first time I campaigned for him. And the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Stephen Harshford. Stephen, where are you? I campaigned for him too. I don't know what this means. They don't talk to me anymore, though. I'm only kidding. And the civil rights and business leaders are here today. And by the way, I've worked a long time with the presidents of my home state, HBCU, Delaware State.
Yes, sir.
Now, by the way, you said you played basketball? I want to introduce you to an All-American. Come here, pal. You see this guy here? He's better than Tiny Archibald. This is a guy, first team all, not a joke, not a joke. He would have been playing pro ball, except his feet got flatter when he got older. His one daughter ran my office in Delaware for a long time, the reason I'm here. And his second daughter here happens to be the congressman from the state of Delaware. But this guy, not only can he play ball, the reason his daughters have this kind of, I don't know, spark to change the world is because he did that too. So anyway, I want you to thank you, pal. Good to see you. You know, I know real power when I see it. The Divine Nine. honored to have presidents, all the presidents here tonight. I want to thank them. And by the way, you know, I'm not, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. I know where the power is. I know where you think I'm joking. I learned a long time ago about the Divine Nine. That's why I spent so much time at Delaware State campaigning and organizing my campaign in Delaware. But all the presidents are here. I know we are the first administration in history to not only have all the presidents here at one time, but we have a permanent office here with the Divine Nine. But I got worried. I got so many damn guys working with me from Morgan State. Morgan, man, I'm a little worried about it. You know. Anyway, I'm not going to get in the middle of that. I shouldn't kid about it. I should know better. Look, folks, I also want to thank the marching band of Virginia State University. Welcome you all as you entered the White House. And of course, thanks to Dwayne, who you just heard from. Dwayne, I'm sure you didn't have a chance to check out Delaware State before Howard, but Howard's okay. I mean, Howard's a good school. By the way, I'm the only guy for all the power in this room.